Assalamualaikum and good afternoon to Madam Naziha. So for our company review and strategic planning group project, we are choosing Starbucks Coffee. Before we proceed, meet the team members from group 4. They are Afiq, Arif, Ethan, Naim, Aisa, and Amira. So let us proceed with the crucial part of our presentation today.
Hello and greetings. So without further ado, let's take a look on chapter 1. The first one is history. I bet most people know who Starbucks is, but not everyone knows how Starbucks managed to penetrate to the Malaysian market. Berjaya Starbucks Coffee Company Sdn Bhd, which is a license of Starbucks Coffee International Incorporation and is owned by Berjaya Food Bhd, is the one who operates Starbucks in Malaysia. Now, Starbucks has opened a wide branch across many countries, including our own country. But did you know when Starbucks first opened up its outlet in Malaysia? It was back on 17th December 1998. And as if today, the company have over 320 outlets in Malaysia. This is including 58 drive-through locations and 10 reserve locations, becoming one of Malaysia's favorite coffee places. Apart from that, Starbucks Malaysia also opened the world's first Starbucks signing store in Bangsa Village in 2016, with the goal of cultivating and empowering culture of our deaf and hard of hearing partners. These heartwarming gestures from Starbucks Malaysia gives those with the disability to live a different or even a better life. Let's now move on to the vision and mission of the company. Now, every company or businesses, either large or small, are mandatory to have a vision and mission statement of their company. What are vision and mission? A vision statement outlines what a corporation hopes to accomplish in the long run, usually 5 to 10 years, but occasionally even longer. Whereas a mission statement is a statement that proclaims the goal of a business and how a company serves its client. A clear vision aids the teams in concentrating on the most important aspects of their business. It also encourages creativity. For Starbucks, their vision statement is quoted as to establish Starbucks as the premier purveyor of the finest coffee in the world while maintaining our uncompromising principles while we grow. This vision outlines the critical achievements the company must realize to rank and maintain itself as a top brand within this sector. Next up is their mission statement. Starbucks' mission is to inspire and nurture the human spirit, one person, one cup, and one neighborhood at a time. They also live with these principles day to day. Starbucks are always committed in obtaining the best coffee beans, roasting them carefully, and enhancing the lives of those who cultivate them. The next point is on goals and objective. What are the objective and goals of a company? To simplify, a goal and objective is an idea of the future or desired result of an individual or a company or group of people envisioning. These are plans that they are committed to achieve. People endeavor to reach goals within a finite time by setting deadlines. Starbucks has 3 main goals and objectives that they aim to achieve. The first one is sustainability goals. Starbucks plans to meet its sustainability goals and publish its 2030 environmental targets in January 2020, with a goal of committing itself to set an environmental target, which is to cut carbon emission and waste in half by 2030. This is due to the fact that it would be very ambitious of them to reduce its carbon emission and waste by half in less than 10 years. Hence, by achieving sustainability goals, the company will highlight its long-term greening strategy, which includes adding more plant-based goods to its menu and shifting to reusable packaging. The next one is, Starbucks aims to be the leading retailer and brand of coffee in the country. Starbucks is always inventing and seeking new technology and methods to enhance its coffee, customer experiences, and services to deliver its best. So, the company's strategy to be the leading retailer and brand of coffee is to build the global retail industry in order to acquire market share by opening new stores and increasing sales in existing stores. As we all know, Starbucks can be found globally. Lastly, Starbucks also aims to provide excellent customer service for its customer in order to gain customer loyalty. The labor force or employees of the company are committed to provide each customer with a great experience. An example is when Starbucks offers personalized customer interactions by writing their first names on their coffee cups. Now let's look at the company's logo. From the very beginning, their logo was connected to their brand in the strongest possible way. There was no Starbucks coffee without the logo. As you can see, the logo consists of a circle or round shape. Circles are a top shape to use because they represent a never-ending journey around the world. Plus, it's an easy shape to work with across different formats, whether you're printing it on coffee shops or printed advertising like newspapers and billboards. Not only that, emblem logos gives off a traditional and timeless feels, which is why it was Starbucks' go-to for so long. Along with their new famous siren, choosing a bright, healthy green as their primary brand color also promotes a sense of compassion, nurturing, and kindness. The Starbucks logo is a perfect example of how effective logo designs goes hand in hand with its identity and branding efforts.
Hi, I'm Amira. So for SWOT analysis, the acronym SWOT refers to strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. It is a framework used to evaluate a company's competitive advantage and to develop a strategic planning. So in Starbucks, we will look into its strengths first. Strengths are things which a company does particularly well or in a way that distinguishes it from its competitors. So for Starbucks, the three main strengths which they are doing great are diversification of products, store location and aesthetic appeal, and lastly, strong customer loyalty. Next, it is about the weaknesses. Weaknesses can stop a company from performing at its optimum level. There are areas where the business needs to improve in order to remain competitive towards its competitors. In Starbucks, the three main weaknesses which we can identify are high product price, unhealthy choices, and imitable products. Moving on to its opportunities. Opportunities are chances for something positive to happen in a company. For Starbucks, as we know, Starbucks offers various kinds of products such as customized beverages and fancy tumblers. Therefore, its opportunities would be collaboration with other brands, product innovation, and high annual sales. Lastly, it is threats. Threats include anything that can negatively affect a business from the outside. In Starbucks, the three main threats are new entrants of rivalry, globalization, and supply chain problems. Next, I would like to continue with Starbucks Internal Factor Evaluation, which is called IFE in short. This will include its strengths and weaknesses. Based on the bar chart on your right, the total weighted score for both internal factors are 2.63. By this, it shows that Starbucks' internal factor is above the average score and has a strong internal position.
External Factor Evaluation Matrix is a strategy tool that is used to examine the company's external environment of the company's business market, which counts on opportunities and threats that the company will face. Total weighted score is simply the sum of all individual weighted score. The total score of 2.5 is an average score. In external evaluation, a low total score indicates the company's strategies aren't well designed to meet the opportunities and defense against threats. In this case, Starbucks got an average of 2.73 of the overall weighted score, which shown how strong the company is in terms of its external environment. Hence, the company should focus more on exploring more opportunities by using any strategic management needed.
Starbucks competitive profile metric is one of the crucial components that deals with highlighting various rivals of the corporation's product and services, as well as assessing competitors' tactics to establishing their strengths and weaknesses in comparison to the company's product and service. Starbucks Coffee has two main counterparts, which has named as Dunkin' Donuts and McDonald's. Each business has a key success aspect in which it excels. The main rival of the firm, as well as their pluses and minuses in connection to a certain industry, are characterized using the competitive profile matrix. It is one of the most effective tools for communicating strategic features in relation to a rivalry that has arisen among comparable brand-type firms. When comparing the three firms' weighted rating, Starbucks Coffee comes out on top, followed by McDonald's and Dunkin' Donuts. As you can see here, the table shows that amount of total weight score, where the Starbucks is amount to 3.35, where it is the highest, while the second one is 3.10 calculated by McDonald's. Moreover, the last one is recorded by Dunkin' Donuts, which amount to 2.60. As you can see in the table is the illustration of the difference among them in the aspect of total weight score. As you can see here in this current slide presentation, shows that Starbucks has achieved so many achievements. It started with the Starbucks mission statement, read as to inspire and nurture the human spirit by one person, one cup and one neighborhood at a time. The only number that matters is one. One cup, one customer, one partner, one experience at a time. The company operates with a strong sense of attention towards details and replicating a consistent customer's experience across all its stores and its product is its critically focused area. In February 2008, it closed more than 7,000 stores across the United States for Espresso Excellence Training, where it worked with around 1,350,000 participants. In addition to another pillar of Starbucks' brand philosophy is to be a responsible and socially ethical company, including supporting farmer loans and forest conservation programs, as well as creating opportunities through education, training and employment. Starbucks also initiates many programs to reduce its environmental footprint through energy and water conservation, recycling and green construction. For example, it sources 99% of its coffee ethically through coffee and farmer equity coffee, practicing thus halving its carbon footprint, partner with the US Green Building Council to apply leadership in energy and environment design to its stores, and publish its annual global social impact report in its latest 2019 letters to shareholders. It has announced its aspiration to be resource positive by storing more carbon than the company emits, eliminating waste and providing more clean fresh water than it uses. It plans to do this through expanding plant-based options on its menu, shifting from single-use to reusable packaging, investing in innovative and regenerative agriculture practice, forest reservation and water replenishment in its supply chain, investing in better waste management practice to ensure more reuse and recycling and eliminate food waste. Next, developing more eco-friendly store operation, manufacturing and delivery.
Now, let us move on to the problems which Starbucks need to face. Firstly, Starbucks need to deal with the low-cost coffee shops. This is because Starbucks is known to deliver the highest level of quality coffee, meaning that the premium price charged for its coffee is acceptable. Many coffee shops offer products at a reasonable price, especially its competitors like Dunkin' Donuts and McCafe. So when the other coffee shops offering low-cost products, people would definitely prefer to buy, since customers always love to buy things which are offered at a lower cost. Secondly, it is the reduction of revenues. Due to the previous COVID-19 pandemic, it has affected companies and all marketing efforts globally, including Starbucks coffee. Even though Starbucks revenue were improving rapidly when Malaysia entered Recovery Movement Control Order, which is called RMCO in short, which began on 10 June 2020, but the sales were significantly lower due to the public health crisis. Lastly, Starbucks also need to deal with its supply concerns. This is because Starbucks uses their own coffee which has the best quality. For instance, the company's experience is regarding the delayed supply of coffee which is used to make the beverages. From this, it implies that the quantity they have received from their suppliers falls short of their market needs.
Ladies and gentlemen, now let's move on to chapter 3. So here we have strategy formulation stage 2. The first strategy that our group chose is the grand strategy matrix. The grand strategy matrix is one of tools that utilized for developing strategies along with BCG matrix, which I will explain it later. In grand strategy matrix, company can be categorized into 4 quadrants, which each with a different set of strategies. As you can see it from the slide, Starbucks is in quadrant 1, which located in the right upper quadrant. This shows that Starbucks have a very strong strategic position. With that, Starbucks should take appropriate strategies such as to continue their concentration on current market, which are market development and market penetration, and continue to focus on their product development. Next, as I have mentioned before, BCG matrix. Basically, BCG matrix is designed to help businesses to achieve their plans or goals and for development potential. This strategy divides a company's product into 4 quadrants depending on their market share and market growth. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see from the slide, BCG matrix is divided into 4 quadrants. From the table also, we can see that Starbucks Malaysia growth rate is 6% and currently holds about 60% of market share. With that, the best position for Starbucks merchandise is in quadrant 1, question marks. And the best position for Starbucks food business is in the stars, quadrant 2. Starbucks cash cow would be its coffee beverage, which is in the quadrant 3. Lastly, Starbucks' current business segment is their packaged goods. The uncertain future of this business segment becomes the reason it is placed in the quadrant 4. Now let's continue our presentation to QSPM, which is the last element in strategy formulation phase and also known as stage 3. Generally, the alternative strategies can be obtained from stage 1 and stage 2 in the strategy formulation. From the slides, we can see that Starbucks are using 3 alternative strategies, which are market development, market penetration, and product development. It shows product development has the highest total average score, which is 4.58, followed by market development with 4.55, and the least is market penetration with 3.67. Thus, from the results, Starbucks should more focus on product development since it is the most suitable strategy to verify that the new or improved product meets a genuine consumer demand while also assisting the organization in meeting its business objectives.
Moving on to the first strategic implementation, firstly we will be focusing on the first strategic management, which is market development. In this strategy, we will be focusing on 2 development strategy, which is firstly, referral program for Starbucks applications user. In current technology, a referral system, often known as a refer a friend program, it relies on applications to monitor client referrals via a referral code, a rewards access card, or a referral link. Customers normally earn some form of referral incentive or reward when they suggest to a friend depending on their referral program. This recommendation process often offers a natural word-of-mouth marketing experience for the business, resulting in higher client retention and income. These methods allows us to attract new customers while maintaining the old customers. Second planning is the introduction of traditional concept Starbucks Cafe. As we can see in Malaysia, most of the Starbucks Cafe outlets are developed with a modern or futuristic concept, because that is the typical concept for a cafe. But if the company wants to venture a new market, they need to see things in a different perspective. Classical cafe themes and concepts are trending nowadays. Cafes that have a classical concept such as Starbucks Cafe at Miyazaki Asaka Chahya or Dogo Onsen Ekisha. These kinds of cafes shows the originality of the location where they have been built. Malaysia is a country which is famous for its diversity in terms of race and cultures. This kind of ethnicity advantage should be used by Starbucks as a chance to create a new trend in the market. Example, a Starbucks cafe outlet that uses Baba Nyonya influence in their cafe design will be one of the major hits in Malaysia. The second strategy is market penetration. Here, I will be explaining about two methods to promote via the market penetration strategy. Firstly, our lucky names will be announced weekly. This strategy requires the lucky customers' names to get free drinks. Customers' actual name will be verified by showing the identity cards to the employees. In return, they will get free drinks. We have come up with this idea considering that people love free stuff. However, free products can only work out if Starbucks gives it in the right quantities. By giving out free beverages, it helps create a higher rate of customer trial. Once customers have tried a product, they might repurchase it, and this may help to increase sales and generate brand loyalty. The next strategy is by having a brand collaboration with cinema brands such as Golden Screen Cinemas. The collab can either be Starbucks becoming the official drinks for GSC outlet. It could start by Starbucks by having their own mini stalls in the cinema outlet. Both businesses can then boost their marketing via promoting their products or services on their official merchandise. For instance, GSC uses popcorn holders that consist of the Starbucks logo and vice versa. The third strategy is product development. For product development, we have decided to come out with a new healthy menu for the elderly. Starbucks targets market range from 22 to 60 years old with a growing younger demographic. Until today, Starbucks has various types of milk by which the customers can choose based on their preference. By introducing a new healthy menu for the elderly, means that we can come up with the idea of adding one type of milk, which is Ensure Plus. Ensure Plus contains concentrated calories and protein to assist patients in gaining or maintaining a healthy weight. This will promote Starbucks among the elderly. Next, as for Starbucks, it is important to develop new products that can cater the existing market. The best way to do it is by introducing a localized menu. In Malaysia especially, one of the eateries that is quite well known is cendol. Every demographic segment in Malaysia really understands the value and heritage of cendol, and it is not offensive to admit that cendol is a national dessert. This is an opportunity for Starbucks because the formula is simple to attract local customers to introduce to local products. Hence, making cendol as a new product line will be a great advantage for Starbucks.
Now we are at importance, conclusion and recommendation. First thing first, what is the importance of three strategies? The first one, market development. Market development is defined as a business growth strategy that focuses on introducing existing product to a new market. Companies often use market development strategies to identify and develop new opportunities to sell their product in an explored market. It is important for Starbucks to keep on exploring on new target markets if they want to keep on growing. Settling down with the market that they choose now might be good for the present, but it will not help for the company in the future. Next, market penetration. Market penetration is important if Starbucks aims to expand their customer base, which can help them reach their growth strategies. Starbucks may achieve this by introducing new strategies such as Lucky Name, announced weekly, or collaboration with Golden Screen Cinema, which attracts the attention of customers and encourage more sales. Next, product development. Product development is by targeting a new existing market, but with the new current market segment. For example, by having a new Starbucks cendol is actually targeting the same market segment but with a new perspective. So, we recommend to make to have a look at product development. Why? The first advantage of product development is to meet customer current expectation. Customer preference might change before you finish the process, which is one of the dangers of a product development plan. In other words, you may provide a product that clients no longer want because their preferences have shifted. You may reduce the risk of product development by reducing the time period for your product development plan, allowing you to bring items to market value while still in demand. For example, when we recommend introducing channel for Starbucks, we want to give a new perspective to the customer and try to attract new customer segment, doing both at the same time. Next, for the healthy menu towards the elderly under product development, it is to create product attributes and features. Ensure Plus is a milk brand which is recommended by the doctor since it is high quality milk which provide health benefit for elderly. This is as customer taste and interest change. A product development plan can assist the company in capitalizing on new chances to advertise these new preferences. As conclusion, Starbucks is continuously seeking innovative methods to generate income and attract new customers. Starbucks may use a market development plan to figure out where the growth potential is.